try to make this video as short as I can so it doesn't take so many hours to upload. But I got to keep pausing it while I turn the page. Some more paper lace pop-ups. You can see a lot of them are bought brand new, not written in. There's a few that are written in. Kind of wonder how old some of them are. Just the imagery on there looks, obviously they're Victorian. But for them not to be written in is really something. It's like somebody bought them and right away put them in this book. They sat there for 130 years. So that makes them a little more valuable. Some more paper lace. Should I open one up? Yeah. I'm not going to open them all up, but I imagine probably a lot of them are not written in. Just the imagery kind of looks like a Victorian, 1880s, 90s. Maybe some are sooner, I don't know. I don't know how you'd research how old they are. There's not going to be a copyright date on any of the artistry, so. I don't know if there's such a thing as rare ones. I imagine they're all rare if they're that old. Yeah, I don't have fingernails, so I can't pick that up. I need a piece of paper to pick that up. Or else I'm going to bend it. I'll put a piece of paper underneath so I can lift it without touching any of the edges. Yeah, they're all unwritten in. I bet you 95% of them aren't written in at all. Nope. That one's got a few cracks on it. Here's some really big ones. They get their own page. Like when I was going to school, you never got Valentine's Day cards that were that big ever, or that nice. They're always cheap, Chinese, Japanese. They went out in the garbage the next day. I always think the cards are a waste of time and money. You're paying for some starving artist. But this is totally different. This, you had to have actually talent back then to make these. Now any fool can make a birthday card or whatever. Now if this is all the cards look like this, I would have bought them back then. But now I won't buy a card. I won't support that. Condition of these is pretty good. I don't know if that's homemade or what is that. Yeah, it looks like somebody homemade that one. And they pasted a flower on it. Maybe a cutout from a magazine or something years ago. Yeah, a lot of these aren't written in at all. So you kind of wonder who is the person that was buying them. That one's got a little bit of staining. Probably from the glue that they used underneath. The old glue is probably a little bit more corrosive than the stuff they got now. Because I don't think that these were pasted in there, you know, in the 1960s or anything. You know, these would have been pasted in there that long ago. Yeah, unwritten in. Oh, that one's got writing in it. Somebody put 1986 from Pearl to Violet, but yeah, that's not a 1986 Valentine. They might have that wrong. It's probably supposed to be 1886 because there's no way they made something like that. Oh, this one says, from teacher, Miss Drysdale, 1909. So some of them do have some writing and they're in pencil. Some of them just have the date, 1907. So yeah, you can kind of tell that that's getting out of the lace type period there. Some of those are just one-sided glue-ins. That was a pop-up without a picture. Well, that's a birthday card. $1903. Some of these Valentine's cards are really big. Open one up and see. They're not written in. That's a big one. I want to open it up, but I can't. My hands don't work so good. This looks like a 3 or a 4-piece one. Like there's a ribbon attaching that one to that one to that one to that one. And I don't know, these little ones, they open up. Yeah, I just can't, my eyes are not so good, I can't see. They might not open up. This I don't think is a Valentine, but it might be. This looks like it's an advertisement for enameline, the modern stove polish. So who knows how old that is. That's a Valentine's card. This might be too. Yeah, but that's glued on there. And I think that's the end of this book. Okay. There's another book though. This is a book, it says postcards on it. The book is pretty old too, but there's more than postcards in there. I'm sure there's some old Christmas cards. Shango, New York. Dominion Square, Montreal. Normal School, Regina Sask. Oh, here's one that would probably go in the front. No date on it. A lot of them are postmarked on the back, but I don't want to take them out of their holders because I know some of them are in the 1880s. This one I like. I looked at that one before. I think that's 1900. 1899 or 1900, I can't remember. Obviously that one there is after 1925 or 1925 and over. It's a sanitarium. Here's some, looks like Happy New Year cards. Looks like a lot of watercolor art on there as well. That's a birthday card. It's like during the First World War. A lot were from Plainview, Minnesota. A lot of our Saskatchewan immigrants come from Minnesota, but prior to that, a lot of them come from Europe. Won't take too much time on the postcards. I'll just kind of give you a quick glance. But there's some really neat ones in here. Like these ones. A lot of traveling was done, seems like, in those days. Or Florida shuffleboard. Oh, there's another birthday card from 1910. Canadian, the homestead life. And there's a Christmas card. There's quite a few Christmas cards in here. Yeah, I got another album with some in. Dundurn. So somebody must have lived in Dundurn because there's a lot of them from there. I can't make out that name. M. Cordelia Lee. Whoever that would be. Winona, Minnesota. Macon County, Georgia. Wellsville, New York. This one looks a little newer. You can see a 1960 Chevy Biscayne or Impala in the background. So that's a birth announcement of 1909. Another birthday card. I'll move a little bit faster here. If you want to look at them, you can always just pause it and have a look. U of S. That one's cool. The Regina Cyclone, 1912. I like that one. Dundurn, Saskatchewan, the big automobile town. Anybody from Dundurn, and got lots of postcards if you want to collect them. I've actually never been to Dundurn before, so I don't even know where that is. But I do a lot of metal detecting, and I bet you that would be an awesome place. Seems like there's a lot of history comes out of there. Spartanburg. That's a newer one. Some of these ones look more modern. Maybe from the 60s or 70s. And then it goes back to the old ones again. Friendship card. Winona, Minnesota. There's lots from there. And Plainview. That one looks French, that one up on top. Saskatoon Alexandria School. That one's kind of neat. Subject matter means a lot when you're collecting postcards. And I just love this one. So I just look at that and count up the stars. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like 36 stars in there. Yeah. So who knows how old that one is. Well, let's have a look and see. It's open. It's not. A lot of them haven't been written on. But yeah, that's a keeper for sure. Those look like they're older ones. Those are more modern. Well, it looks like it says 1947, so it's a little newer than some of the ones before. Here's one, 1910. That's newer, 1972. It's postmarked right on there. St. Paul, Minnesota. Winona, Minnesota. There's Like I was saying before, a lot of our Saskatchewan immigrants came from Minnesota. Some from North Dakota, but a lot, because I read a lot of the books, and a lot of them immigrated around 1900 to 1910 from Minnesota. Yeah, this book's got a lot in there. CPR Bridge, Bascule Bridge, Ontario, Canada. Another one of the Bavarian Church in Dundurn. Well, it's from Florida. It's usually the same place, St. Petersburg. Mid-ocean. Now, the thing is, this is, you gotta wonder where this postcard's from. What year it's from. Because, you know, yeah, right there, May 16th, 1910. So I was going to say, if it was something that was bought from the Titanic gift shop and sent, it never made its way back unless it was found floating on the water. Or it could have been bought at the depot and then sent to somebody from there before they aborted the ship, so it'd be worth a little bit of money, that's for sure. St. Boniface, Manitoba. It obviously looks Dutch, just with the V instead of the W a lot of times. I don't know what that's supposed to be. It's like light beams shining down on the church. Let's pull that one out and see if it says copyright something. Is that the Second World War? Well, it looks before the Second World War. It's not postmarked anywhere. That looks like a really old one. Lots from Winona, Minnesota, and Plainview. So I'm guessing a lot of these were sent to Here's one from Bismarck. They're sent to the people that emigrated up here during the Homesteaders Act. Palace of Versailles. Near Flagstaff, Arizona. Some more from Plainview. Oh, Bradentown, Florida. That's different. Kind of wonder if some of these places kept their name or if they changed them, because I know a lot around Saskatchewan here, they've changed their names over the times. Early 1900s, and then they changed it to something else. So anybody out there from Winona, Minnesota, if you're looking for postcards, old postcards, well, got some. St. John's Park, Winnipeg. House of Representatives, Washington. I think that's the end of this book. Nope. SS Princess Victoria. I'm not sure when that is. That one's glued in, so I'm not gonna. That one's newer. It almost looks like from the 80s. But at the end, it's got this big picture. Fathers of the Confederation. Pretty neat. Canadian history picture. Here's another postcard album, but I think there's some Christmas cards in here too. It's got an Indian on a horse hunting buffaloes. This one's pretty neat. Greetings from Western Canada. It's got like a gold kind of little thing glued to it. St. Charles, Minnesota. Somebody put tissue paper in, so obviously these ones are before 1905, because it would have say Dundurn, Saskatchewan, but instead it just says greetings from Dundurn, Canada. That's a Valentine's Day one. I think they put that tissue paper in there to protect the... Like some of these are personalized. It's like they used glue and then they, you know, dash some glitter on top of them. That's a birthday card. There's another Valentine's Day card. And this one's older. It's greetings from Dundurn, Sask. So I think that you make those. Kind of looks that way. And there's an old Christmas card. Santa Claus has got a blue or green suit. So if you do check out the artistry of Thomas Nast, you'll kind of see what era that those were made. Winona, Minnesota. Birthday greetings card. Another birthday greetings. And another one. And another one. That's an older looking one. Well, there's a lot of birthday ones in here. This book seems like it's full. Thanksgiving. Here's some old Christmas cards. That definitely looks Victorian. And Happy New Year cards. January 1st. Let's see when some of these were put out there. This one, 1907. Pretty old Christmas card. I like that one. Yeah, this book has got a lot of Christmas cards in it. Now, here's an older one. If you look, I don't know if it's from that era, but when Thomas Nast first started illustrating Santa Claus, he made him in a tan suit, and that was anywhere from 1860s to the 1890s. Then after that, the suit changed to green and then to red. Yeah, so I guess the guy would have to look real closely and see if it's actually a Thomas Nast illustration. It might not say, but here's a different one with Santa Claus with outer red suit, so I'm not sure how old that one is. Here he is again with the tan brown colored suit. And an Easter card. Oh, another Easter card. That one's upside down. And here's a postcard in there. And more Easter cards. I didn't think they made Easter cards. I guess they did. Easter was meant a little bit more to those people back then than just chocolates, though. So I could see maybe that's why they made cards. There's probably very few chocolates going around. It was probably mostly boiled eggs. This is of, I don't know who that is. It's from a teacher to a girl I was reading. She was born in 1894. Fondest remembrance. So I don't know if that's a Valentine's Day card. Kind of looks like it. That's a Valentine's Day card. That's a pretty old one too. That one's got a date on it, 1907. I guess there is some more Valentine's Day cards in here. With kind regards. So I don't know what those are. 1907 they have on them. There's another one, 1907. Somebody wrote faint pencil. That's a Valentine's Day card. Some of them are probably from the 20s and 30s, but the majority of them are from the early 1900s and the teens. I haven't found any First World War subject matter on them, because that's kind of neat. (1908). I like in those old days when they used to draw the moon with a face. It's Valentine's. Yeah, a lot of these are before the Edwardian period. You can just tell by the hats and some of the clothes they wear. A lot of them, I think, are Edwardian period, though, which would go up to 1907. 1902. I see a date on that one on the back, I think 1882. Looks like fabric on there or something. I don't know if that was a date or if it was just a product number. Let's see. No, 1909. It was probably a copyright. Nope. The product number. Yep. Printed in Austria. A lot of the printing was in Germany. I said this was going to be a short video. It's not really a short video. Because these cards I am going to be advertising and putting them up for sale. But I don't want people just coming over and flipping through a book as fast as they can. This way they can kind of get an idea what's out there. You know, you can always pause the video, look at it. If it's on your phone, you can zoom in a little bit. And back to postcards. Oh, this one's upside down. 1909. That's a Halloween card. That's something you don't see every day, Halloween cards. And here's Santa Claus with the red suit. So that's a little later. And a lot of the postcards are old lang syne. So I don't know if this is when the song was popularized in America or when it was first made. That would be in the 1880s or so. But it was popularized in 1907. I think it was by Frank Stanley. So if it's from there, it's still kind of neat. Another Easter card. Thanksgiving Day card. Madison Square Garden. Madison Square. William Astor's Ballroom. So you kind of wonder how old that is, because if you remember anything about the millionaires, the Astors, John Jacob Astor is one of the biggest tycoon millionaires in the U.S. at that time, and he ended up drowning in the Titanic. So Yellowstone Park. Waldorf Astoria Ballroom. Yeah, it looks like the end of the book. That's the end of that book. So I'll upload this video and then everybody can kind of have a look at it. I do have another book here. This is from Chicago. It would be just pictures of Chicago all in color. Not sure when the book was made, but I'm sure it was before the 20s. But that could be in another video because this one's dragging on a little bit long. Do also have another stack of postcards here. Some of them are old, some of them are from the 80s. Like, yeah, there's stuff like that. This one, you know, like they're written on 1946. This is Flin Flon, Manitoba. And it's not written in, it's like a book. What is written in it? It's a Christmas greetings booklet card from Flin Flon, north of 53. And here's another one. The plant from the golf links in Flin Flon. And it's a Christmas type little booklet you'd write in. Here's an old one. This one is from April 25th. I'm not sure if that says 1941, because it's got a 41 in there, and the stamp makes sense. This being 1941. Yeah, but there's some old ones in here too. So, St. Boniface Cathedral College. Some of these are 1970, so there's some newer ones. This one looks older. 1911. So yeah, there's some newer ones. There's a shade. $1948. But yep, that's the cards. I like this one. Gotch and Hackenschmidt. Must have been boxers. Here's of a logging crew in the U.S. I don't know what year that would be from. Oh, it's pretty old. And this one is like a picture of somebody. Not postmarked either, so it never got sent. Maybe got sent in a letter, because that's possible too. They just send it in a letter just as a picture instead of actually mailing it. Yeah, a lot of them. Oh, there was a stamp on that one.